How you doing that there? New Year approaching. Yes, I just want to say what's happening. Um, I do this a lot of times for my mental health. It's a way of getting information out. I went through something in 2023 that was life altering. And what I mean, a lot of individuals, they probably would not be as transparent as what I'm getting ready to reveal to you. But I think more men should because it deals with mental health. Now, I'm going somewhere with this because there were times when I would see different individuals respond a certain way in life. I would always criticize them. I would always say something negative, and I really didn't understand or even try to understand or take the time to consider that does not make this person beneath me or different. So anyway, a lot of you don't know, but I come from a rather large family. I think it was about 11 of us, but we were not close, which is very painful. And where I was, it was like I did not connect to either one individual more than the other. Well, if I had to, I would say that it would be my sister Arnita, but Arnita was the type who connected to everybody. But what it did, it left a lacking. Now I'm going somewhere with this, so just pay attention for a second. It left a longing, a need of some sort. I was always trying to prove myself. Every time a situation came up, I was trying to prove myself. Now combine that with being a young man, and what I mean by that, I'm talking about when I was in my mother's house. We're talking about, when I was that kid, 10 to maybe 14, 15. It was really bad. And of course, I had a lot of things that played serious roles in my life, like the environment that I lived in. So it put me in a position where my mother could not provide. I would see friends with different things, and I would want those things, not knowing that this is a temporary situation. Me, it was my world. It was my world. It affected me even as I've grown older. Like I said, this year was rough for me. I went through a depression and I didn't realize what I was going through. I mean, I was emotional, man. I was going through some changes. I was always trying to prove myself to someone, and I hadn't proven myself to myself. In other words, I didn't take ownership of those things that I could have controlled, and no ownership for things that I could not control. And when you come from a family and you're always searching, you want to be loved, you sometimes send off the wrong messages. So I'm not even going to blame all them. But what it made me do, it made me love me more. And see, when you love you more, you understand forgiveness is needed. I think that's why I'm so passionate about these young men. Because if it took me all this time just to somewhat figure out how I created so many problems for myself, can you imagine someone that's just beginning? So when you ask, why would I do this? It's because I connect there. I was a very lonely child. I did not have the opportunity so many times to get out and connect a certain way because I was different. You know, I had to figure things out on my own. And a lot of times when you're young, you listen to what people say about you. You don't know how to identify with those emotions, those feelings, your personality, your character, and say, okay, this is who I am. You're not strong enough to say, okay, listen, take me or leave me. Look, I'm not here to preach Well, what I am saying is, I understand why forgiveness is so important. Let's not give up on these young folks. Let's not give up. I know that it's hard, but think about the hardest time in your life. Raise your kids. And if someone else is not there and they will allow you, assist with helping those youngsters that you do know this year. That's my message for 2024. Have a happy new year.